Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a video channel today on F125. So, open obbies in online, starting from the back at the Red Bull Ring in 18th place on the grid. So, let's see what we can do in the first race of the day. So, okay start. Using a tiny bit of battery, but I didn't have to use it, but so luckily it didn't affect it much. And then a little bit of chaos. There, so tries following the Haas down the inside. And then come towards turn 3, this guy almost brake test me. And then this bit was a mess. Because everything was kind of like 4 wide. By the time I got to the braking zone, and I was like, it ain't gonna work. So I had nowhere to go, and then I had to salvo on my inside. So, not sure what we was doing. Trying to make it worse. But it turned out it did make it worse. So yeah, so dropped down the order from that. But luckily, it was only just got back onto 360 facing the right way and not an issue at all. And then another 2 collided there at turn 6, I think it was, on that corner. In the middle sector, so at the end of the lap, I'd say not a great first lap, but at least gained a couple places from there. And then these two are, got tangled at before turn 1, and then got me a bad exit because he was on kind of the worst place to be. So I had to use all my battery. Managed to get past that person there. I think he made a mistake somewhere, I don't know, something like that. And then that guy just literally went straight into the guy in front of me. So luckily that wasn't me. So not my problem. Try to get past this Aston Martin. Why it was ghosted. It is weird. And then these two got tangled. And then this IP just literally lost control right in front of me. And slammed into me. I'm not sure why, but I mean, I'd also point all that. And then you just trying to save you a little bit, but it doesn't make any difference. So lost the praise from the Aston Martin driver. I just literally overtook him because of that, so I had to try again. So yeah, so first 2 laps was not great for me, but I'll see what I can do at halfway. So still got 2 laps remaining. So I mean, I made a mistake again at turn 1. I always make less mistakes on that corner every time. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the setup. I don't know. Could be that, or maybe I'm just turning it too early. I don't know. Something like that. And then coming towards turn 3, the Aston Martin made a mistake again, so managed to get past it this time around using all my battery down towards turn 4. So then it come towards the exit of turn 4. There was like a train in front of me. While that Ferrari made a mistake there, so I had to back out of that. Not to save ERS, but also trying to avoid the spin, so on the inside. So I'm taking my time through here, saving a bit of battery, and then just trying to stay in the DRS because I need to get, hope I get past these guys in just 2 laps remaining. So I decided to save all my battery in the last 2 corners, put it back on medium on the exit with DRS. And not using my overtake, just saving it a little bit. And then this guy decided to go to the inside, but luckily he backed out, so that's absolutely fine. And then that Ferrari just went to the right. Not sure why, but it's what it is. Managed to get past this Red Bull on the inside. Managed to do a dummy move there. And it come towards this bit, little bit tangled and bumping there. So luckily I managed to avoid the spin there, so very nicely. So not too bad. Now I've got to try get past this Mercedes and this McLaren in front of me, but luckily he has a 4-second penalty, so that will give me a free place. So then through this bit now, and then come towards this bit. Not sure what that Mercedes was doing there. Maybe he forgot where the turn was, maybe, I don't know, something like that. So I have to keep my speed up again. And then, like that. So at the end of, coming on to the last lap now, just staying behind Mercedes for now, saving a little bit of ERS towards turn 1, and then I'm starting to get a good exit here. A little bit okay-ish than it was a few laps ago. And then starting to use all my battery to get past him, down towards turn 3. Starting to go for the move anyway, at this corner, and not very, very okay-ish. Lucky I still got DRS, so that kind of helped a little bit to go stay ahead down towards turn 4. Not too bad. And then if you look at the head, there's 2 penalties in front of me, so as long as I stay under 2 seconds from P3, I should have a chance for P3 on the road. So the first 2 are initially gone at this stage, so I have no chance. So my chance is to get P3, as long as I stay under 2 seconds. Luckily I am. 1.2 seconds right there. Coming towards the last 2 corners, those 2 are going side by side at the last corner, so so I gained a little bit of time through there, so that does help me a little bit. And that puts me into P3 by the end of the first race. So not a bad start of the first race. I managed to recover from that spin, and also a little bit of contact through the few laps, and that, yeah, not too bad. So I mean, it's not bad. I mean, could have been a little bit closer, but it's what it is. But sometimes you have to avoid a little bit, but you have to back out, or sometimes you have to go for it. Depends what's right or wrong. So to race 2 now at Canada for this one. See what I can do from 19th on the grid. And come towards the first sector, a little bit of chaos there, and just trying to avoid getting out of trouble there. So not too bad at all. And then through this bit now towards turn 3 and 4. Got 1 spinner there, and me and the Sauber right here, I think we're just working together at this stage, just avoiding the chaos right here. So I got the space on the inside, not using my battery, but I decided to back out of that. Luckily I did. And then you got this guy going for the inside. Not sure why, but he just literally went off the course there for a second. So lucky he didn't hit me, because that would have been maybe a bit stupid, but lucky he didn't. So it was a hairpin now, another 2 places gained at the hairpin. That's put me into P10, so not too bad at all. Time I got to this long straight towards the final chicane. Decided to go for the move, but he's using ERS, so I had to back out of that. And then through the chicane right now, got a first warning, but yeah, Canada is all, yeah, track limits around Canada is painful, really. So just need to be careful a little bit. Luckily I did in this race later on, while the other guys were struggling to keep it on in the white 9s. And then through this bit right now, I'm kind of stuck behind this IP right now. Decided to go for the move here. He decided to go offensive, so that's fair enough. He just cut the corner a little bit. And then now I've got stuck behind these 2. Trying to think, what can I do? Just trying to play it safe and all that. He decided to go for it, but he went in too deep. He just cut the corner there. And then these 3 got tangled each other right here, right in front of me, before, well, got to the hairpin. So that got me 3 places for free. So that's exactly what that is. Thank you God for me. So thank God that was ghosted. If that wasn't ghosted, I would have been trouble and get into a tangled mess. But luckily I didn't. So yeah, so I finally got past those 3 at the end of that 2, and then we got onto that 3, and then I'm stuck behind this Sauber right in front of me. So yeah, so just trying to find a way through, really, just without getting into a mess, really. So we're on that 3 now, and still stuck behind this Sauber in the first sector. So just taking my time through the first sector, and then coming towards this bit, managed to get DRS though. So I'm not decided to go for the moves, just trying to stay behind him for now. And because DRS is definitely important, so that's why I'm decided to stay behind him. Time I got to the hairpin. Right now. Sonny goes to do a switchback, but he just literally parked on the apex there, so not sure what he was doing there, but maybe he doesn't know how to do that. But luckily I managed to get the more speed than the Sauber, and managed to get past him nicely down towards the chicane at the end of lap 3, and get a good exit as much as I can with DRS, just trying to run away as I can from the guys behind before it gets worse. And now, coming towards lap 4, some of those guys up ahead of me have penalties, apart from the Sauber, who started in last where I was, well, on the same row. The guy who had the fastest lap, me and him had just started from the back, and we just managed to get through the field. The first lap we were just working together, and then it got separate at the end of lap 2. And then now we're the only ones didn't have penalties in this race, so I only had a warning so far. So I'm just trying to be careful not to get track limits and penalties and all that. Yeah, so I'm trying to get into the DRS of this guy in front of me, but it turns out I was only a few hundreds off from the DRS, so it was annoying. It is a bit annoying, but it's just when you're trying to push it really hard and then you can't even get into the few thousands. But now you're on 7/10 in the end, but it's just sometimes it's difficult. Got a purple sector though, but I'm okay with it. So I got another warning there, so I'm on for my last warning already. Time I got to the final lap. So I managed to set the fast lap of the race. So by the time I got to the end of lap 4. So yeah, so I'm definitely the quickest guy on track now. So we're kind of similar on pace really, me and the Sauber. We're just doing the same pace, really. Luckily I saved all the battery there, just to get that lap. I mean, it's not quite important, but it's all about getting good results, really. So yeah, so now I'm following this winnage right now in front of me. Managed to get into DRS though, just saving my battery a little bit, down towards this bit here, and then turn it back on medium as I can, and then I started a bit in none again. Actually, no, I didn't this time, at the hairpin, because I know this is the last lap now. So yeah, so I do have a chance of P4 on the road, but do I have a chance of getting a podium or something? As long as the Sauber has a 2-second penalty, I should have a chance of winning the race, maybe, if he has a penalty. So coming towards the chicane now, trying to be careful. Luckily, no penalties for me, so I'm definitely top 3 for sure. As coming towards the 9, that puts me into P2, so with no penalties. And the Sauber in front of me won the race with no penalties. So we and the Sauber, me and him are just we're the only ones with no penalties in the top 15 right there. So look at that. We're the only two with no penalties around Canada. That's why Canada is so difficult with track limits sometimes. So yeah, so Canada was quite good. Quite enjoyed. That was quite a fun one. So now we're on to Hungary now. The last race of this Fidno. Showing you 3 races for today. Something a little bit different. Why not? So for Hungary, starting in last place at the back. Just trying to be careful down towards turn 1 because it's always chaos. And then this lady decided to go very slowly right in front of me, so not sure what he was doing there. So I managed to get past this guy. Got another spinner there. That puts me getting about 3 places there. So yeah, so then we've got this chaos in front of me and just trying to stay out of trouble almost in P17 right now. So the middle sector now, and then we've got another one pushed wide right there. And we've got another spinner there. And then that guy in front of me decided to cut the chicane into someone else. Not sure who. And then comes towards this bit. This bit was a mess right here. So I had to go to the inside. So I gained about like 5 places there. By the time I got to the 3rd sector right now. So yeah, I just gained like 5 places there. So in that part of the corner of the exit. And then we've got another spinner there. So that puts me into P8. By the time I got to the last corner at the end of the first lap. So yeah, I gained about 12 places there in just one lap. on the very difficult track with downforce, difficult to overtake. So yeah, so like that. And this guy just literally brake tests me on the straight. We haven't even got to the braking zone yet. So I decided to go for the move anyway, and then he tangled me on on my right rear, down towards turn, well, before turn 2. I managed to get past him anyway, so that was definitely important. Not sure why he brake tested me. Maybe he forgot to where the braking zone was. I don't know, something like that. Or maybe he just did it on purpose just to think he's a dirty driver or something, I don't know. Could be both ways. So yeah, so finally got past him. So now I've got to try and catch up to where the next train in front of me. And then see what I can do from there. So yeah, so just try and get through the middle sector nicely, nice and tidy. So very nicely through there. And then down towards this bit now, he went a bit wide. So I managed to get past this guy into P6 right now. So not too bad. So very nicely by the end of lap 2. So yeah, so now I've got to try and keep my pace up and have not used a battery as much as I can on this straight, just to keep my speed up to not to lose time anymore. So yeah, so we've got a train. There's a train for P3 right in front of me, so hopefully I can catch up to that, and hopefully more chaos in front of me. That's so I can have a chance to catch up a little bit. So yeah. So I'm about P5, well, kind of P5 at the moment with the penalties in front of me. So yeah, so just trying to avoid the chaos and trying to avoid the curves a little bit around here, because sometimes she catch you out on the curves a little bit. So yeah, so just going through the middle sector, just avoiding track limits as much as possible. And through here, a little bit of dirty air through there. I have to nip off a little bit just to get the turn in. Then come towards the end of lap 3, at halfway. This guy is there's a little bit of nagging there right in front of me, so hope I get past him as soon as possible. Now on the exit of this corner, using all the battery with DRS, using the tow, and he decided to go to defensive. I decided to go to the outside on the racing line. And then he decided to go from the move, so he tried to fight back. But luckily I managed to get past him with, well, using my battery down towards turn 2. Then I saved a little bit, just in case. And put on medium on the exit of turn 2, and that puts me into P5. So very nicely. So now I've got to try catch up to in front of me. See what I can do from there. And one guy has a penalty, so that puts me into P4. So all I gotta do is get past this Ferrari, and I should have a chance for another podium maybe for this one. So yeah, through the middle sector now, just trying to be nice and tidy. Turned a little bit too early there, but it's okay. I've got loads of EOS to use, so that's fine. Managed to get through here nicely with no dirty air. So you need to go about, I'd say half a second back to get the turn in. So we're trying to avoid dirty air. That's all we got to do. If it's a right-hander, left-hander, like that. If it's a fast corner, something like that. So yeah, come towards the end of that 4 now. Using all the battery and DRS again, like I did on the lap ago, using the tow. And those two are using so much battery, so I can't get past this Ferrari. So I have to try again at turn 2. I managed to get a good exit with DRS again. We're using all the battery again, but he's had a good exit. He's doing the same thing. And then he decided to go for the move, but he'd gone in too deep. I managed to get a good exit, round the outside, gave him space. Then this guy decided to push me off the circuit, and he's trying to tangle me a little bit, so not sure what he was doing there. So I managed to get past this Ferrari, just about. Not sure why, but not sure why he pushed me off, but it's what it is. But sometimes they do that, tending they can't turn properly, or tending to push me off on purpose because some people don't know how to drive, something like that. yeah, so lucky I got past him. So now I've got to try and keep my pace up and stay in this 2-second window, guy in P3, to get a podium. To make it 3 out of 3. It turns out I managed to get a podium again, 3 out of 3, because the first 2 are literally gone at this stage. Nothing I can do about that. So around the last corner, that's another podium from at the back of the grid. So yeah, so 3 podiums from the back of the grid, get through the field, a little bit of chaos, and good overtakes, and not too bad at all. So quite pleased with that. No issues at all. Sometimes it's difficult, but we have to manage it sometimes on the road. But sometimes what's ahead of you, what's behind you, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so that's from me today. So make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new to the channel. That's appreciate it as well. That gave me support of that. Like I said, so I hope you guys enjoy your day. Have a nice weekend. Have a nice week as well. I appreciate a lot where you're around the world. I'll see you guys next time on F125. Have a nice day, and see you there.